Hey, what's happening everyone? Journeyman here, and welcome to the start of a brand new Championship Manager 2001-2002 save. As you can tell, I have taken over as manager of Swansea City. Now, what's unique and special about this Championship Manager 2001-2002 save is it is an updated database save. So I'm playing with a modern day squads, and everything's been up to date, updated to the most recent activity in the Premier League, such as Sam Allardyce as manager of Everton, etc., etc. So to get this save going, I do have to throw out one big, huge thank you out there to Matt Tierney. He helped me set this up. He's given me all the relevant files, the tutorials. He's given me the links. He's given me the setup process. He has been absolutely immense in the whole setup of it, and he's a regular in the comment section of my Championship Manager video. So if you see him comment, please make sure, if you have any questions about this type of save or updating it, direct it towards him. I'm sure he won't mind me saying that. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that. Otherwise, I'm going to put all the details that he gave to me in the description below, so if you want to give it a go for yourself, you can. Actually, the game is actually free of charge to download, and if you go to the website Chapman 0102.co.uk, I think that's the address, don't quote me on that, I'll put it in the description. You can actually download the game for free, and it is legally free as well. Sai actually released it to the public back in 2010, so you can give this a go for yourself. And honestly, I can't recommend this game highly enough. In my opinion, it is the best management game available to date, and eventually I will do a top 10 list, and I've already given away a spoiler, this is going to be number one. So anyway, moving forward, I've taken over manager of Swansea City just because honestly I wanted to have a challenge, and Swansea City are currently bottom of the Premier League and not playing very well. They look almost dead certainties to be involved in relegation fight this year, if not probably favourites to go down at the moment in time. The things just aren't going well for them. And I wanted to take over a team that was struggling, and I wanted to take over, I don't know, a bit of a challenge. Do a challenge, you know? So, I've taken over as manager of Swansea City. This is the squad on first impression. This is going to be more of an introduction to the series itself. And just before we get going, the next episode, which will be tomorrow, we'll jump straight to the opening fixtures of the Premier League season. Now, this will now be also my main Championship Manager save for the channel, because unfortunately my other one, I lost the save file when I updated. This kind of updated the game so I can have the more updated squads. I must have misstepped, honestly, because I did follow the guidelines and everything, but unfortunately I lost that save file, which is a bit of a blow because things are going really well. I finally qualified to Europe, and unfortunately I lost it. So going forward though, put that aside. We're now going to focus on this save, and it should be a pretty good one. It should be an interesting challenge, and hopefully I can lift Swansea up the table and maybe qualify for Europe at some point. Not this season though. My aim this season is to keep them in the league, to be honest with you. Saying that though, we do have some very good individual talent. We'll just have to try and pull it together for the season. Starts off at the back. Goalkeeper Lucas Fabianski. Solid goalkeeper, but he is on the elder side now, 32 years old. I will be looking to bring in a goalkeeper in the near future. Owen Mulder is a very solid backup, but I don't think I want to play him regularly in the Premier League. So I'm going to look out for a young goalkeeper to try and develop. At the back, this is kind of where we're weakest, in my opinion. Our fullbacks, we got Carl Norton, 28-year-old, kind of inconsistent right back and left back. Angel Rangel, I think pronounce it, I'm not quite sure. Veteran right back, very solid, nothing special. Martin Olsen is actually an exceptional left back, really highly rate that guy. Sam Klukas can play left back, but he's more of a centre midfielder. And that really is our fullback. So not a great selection of fullbacks, but it's something we can work with for the time being. Centre half, however, that's a different story. Fernandez, nothing more than the solid centre half. Same goes for Alfie Mawson. He's a little bit younger though. Maybe it's a player I can kind of, like a little project on the side, try and develop this guy. He has got some really good starting attributes. Bravery 16, decision 16, jumping 17. Marking's good at 16 as well. Positioning, which is very important for centre half, is at 15. So he's got really, really good starts. And I think if I put a lot of focus onto his development, he might turn into a really, really good centre half for me. Then we have Mike Vander, 24-year-old. This guy is no more than a backup centre half, to be honest with you. So as you can see, I'm lacking a lot of depth at the back, so that's an area I'm going to have to prove on immediately. I have a few targets in mind already. I'm going to have to see if they're willing to move to me and what kind of deal I can strike for them. But centre-half is definitely going to be the focus that I'm going to try and improve on. In midfield, this is actually, in my opinion, where we're at our strongest. We have some very quality players. Roque Mesa is a really, really good holding midfielder. Ki-Sung Young is another really good, solid holding midfielder. Nothing spectacular, doesn't do anything amazing, but he does always seem to perform on a very solid, consistent basis. Leroy Fer, very talented Dutch midfielder, linked with Southampton a few years ago. I thought we were going to sign him, but it never worked out. Renato Sanchez, this guy is absolutely immense, and I will base my team around this guy in the middle of the park, just because he has such qualities. On loan from Bayern Munich for the rest of the season, I believe. Yep, he's got 1 season loan deal for us, and honestly, if I have the opportunity to sign him at some point, I definitely will. I think this guy is going to be an absolute superstar at some point, so I definitely want to try and keep him if I possibly can. Next in we got Tom Cowell as well, solid midfielder, nothing spectacular, 25 years old, can still do a solid job. Out wide, we're also very weak here, but I'm not going to focus too much on out wide players. I'm going to stick to the 4-1-3-2 formation just for now, and then in the future I'll maybe develop a different tactic. But for right now, I know the game, I know what it likes, and I know 4-1-3-2 works for me, so I'm going to stick with it. Nathan Dodds going to be out for the year, 11 months, so disappointed I'm not going to have him. Luciano Narsing doesn't look like anything spectacular. He's a fast player. That may be working in his favour, but not particularly interested in using him too much. Rain Routledge, he's gone on the downturn now. He is 32 years old. Still valued at 4.7 million, so I might try and move him on just to try and get some extra income for the transfers. Been a solid performer for Swansea. He's been pretty much a mainstay in their side, as you can see, for quite a few years now. So I don't think I'm going to use him all that much because of the formation I play. If he can get retrained, so a bit more of a forward role, then maybe I can use him. But for right now, I'm probably going to move on from Rain Routledge, maybe try and sell him for some kind of money while he's worth something. All right, up top, we're lacking a few quality strikers as well. Tommy Abraham is probably the best striker we have at the club at this moment in time. Young player on loan from Chelsea. Not complete by any sense of the word, but he's probably the most talented and the most, I'd say, I don't know, highly touted, I guess the word would be. Then we have Wilfred Boney, who hasn't been good since his first spell at Swansea about 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, he hasn't been very good since then, be honest with you. Disappointed at Man City, disappointed at Stoke, and my goal is to try and get him back to some kind of resemblance of form. Jordan Ayew has been another disappointing player as well for Swansea. It looks like he's got bags of talent, but he's yet to produce it on the field, so maybe I can try and work with him to get the best out of his ability. So that's pretty much our main squad. The reserve team, not too many good players on the reserve team. Perhaps Kyle Bartley is a player I can utilize at some point. Everyone else, though, no particularly outstanding young talents there. Northfield is a third-choice goalkeeper, 27 years old. Fulton has got a little bit of potential, 23 though. Time's running out for him. Adam King is someone I could perhaps work with. Disappointing really because Boya is on loan to Malaga right now. Borja Baston. This is a player I really could have used, honestly. I might try and bring him back in if I can possibly can. I might try and recall him for loan. We'll have to see what happens in pre-season. I'm on the lookout for maybe another striker if I can get one in. If I can't, then I'll definitely bring in Baston back into the team. 16-year-old Good Johnson. Don't know anything about this guy at all. Didn't know he existed. 16 years old. I'll work with him, see if I can develop him into a solid player. All right. So moving forward. Fixtures. Obviously, there are no fixtures right now for the friendly fixtures for the senior squad, so I'm going to work through that. I'm going to go through pre-season, and then the next episode, which will be tomorrow, will kick off the Premier League season up against Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal. So that's an easy start, isn't it? Yeah, it's a good way to start. And then we play Huddersfield, and if we get time in the episode, we're going to do West Brom. The way the episode's going to work, it's going to be similar to the Championship Manager 0102 Man City save. Basically, I'm going to try and do as many games as I can in an episode within 20 to 25 minute mark. I like to keep the videos around that point, just so it's easily digestible for you. And this save will be going on 5 days a week, obviously. Now I don't have the Man City save, so that will partner equally as a mirror to my Journeyman's Journey career. All right, so going forward, as I mentioned, I've got £22 million in the bank. So far, balance of plus 30 million. So it's a pretty healthy state for Swansea. there's not going to be a shortage of players, I don't imagine, that wouldn't be interested to come to me. As you can see, this is off the first screen. You've got 21 pages of players, centre halves that you're willing to make a move. I'm actually thinking about bringing Mare in, who's a very solid player and available at 5.75 million. I could probably get him for a little bit less than that as well, because Southampton are loaded with centre halves right now. So, all right, that's pretty much going to wrap up the episode. Hope you guys are looking forward to the series as much as I am. I think it's going to be a ton of fun to play Championship Manager 0102 with the most updated squad information. And I want to give a big thank you out there to Matt Tierney as well, once more, for helping me set this up and get things going. Hopefully, Matt, you'll enjoy the save as much as I will. I know you've been waiting for it for a long time. I said I was going to do this kind of save, I think, all the way back in September, and I'm now only getting to it today in December. So it's been a long time coming. So with that in mind, I'm going to try and push forward and make this a very exciting and fun Championship Manager save for you and everyone out there to enjoy. So thank you so much. I appreciate all the support in the Championship Manager Man City save. I hope you guys will continue to follow this save and will enjoy this save as much as you did. Again, just a personal apology that save will not be continuing because of an error, I believe, by myself. So yep, that's going to be it. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to leave a like on it. And if you want to see more videos by me in the future, please hit subscribe, turn notifications on. So I'm looking forward to this. Hope you guys are too. I'll see you guys in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.